one seems to be able to do that yet this season. We need Jangbi.
Dude, Zhangbi like lost his last 3 games. He can't beat
Yeah, but
Flash.
he's the most recent person to beat Flash. Or how about Effort?
Eh, I don't know. Anyways, we are in set number 3, and it is going to be a rematch, ladies and gentlemen, of the epic game that I didn't watch. I was actually gonna just watch it today because I was like, oh, it's KT versus, or sorry, it's KT versus STX. I was like, I should probably watch this, but I of course had much better things to do. AKA own some people in poker. Yep, it was pretty fun. It's pretty good. I didn't get to watch BoguS versus Stats though, but I'll watch the rematch. So it's like it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
So it sounds like you already started the video without making any effort to sync with me. Can you give me a quick
Ooh, I completely
timestamp?
forgot. All right, I'm gonna pause here. Actually, okay, so go up to go up to 1 minute. Go up to 1 minute. Sorry,
All
I
right.
completely forgot. All right, you at 1 minute?
Yep.
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, awesome. So, hey everybody, I'm Barosh here with Sayle, and now that we're on the same page, we're in set 3. KT is up 2-0. So, ordinarily, even if you're a stats fan, let's all just root for BoguS so we can see more StarCraft here. And yes, BoguS and Stats did play a very epic game, and this is the rematch. Unfortunately, I think Sayle's still planning on watching that later.
That's all right.
So
You can just spoil it. It's fine.
no, it was a good game, though.
I actually know the result already because I'm an idiot and I spoiled myself. So, yeah.
Okay. That was just before the new year, and last time Stats took it, so this time BoguS should have his revenge if we want to see some more StarCraft. And do we have like some technical difficulties? There's a lot of people in the booth with Stats right now.
Nah, they're just Stats fans. They're getting his autograph. Don't worry about it.
They look kind of official.
Hey, man. Official people can be fans too, alright? Officials are people too. God, stop.
So BoguS kind of became the ace of STX really, really quickly. Like Cal left to go to the Air Force, created sort of power vacuum, and BoguS just started playing really, really well.
Yeah, he's definitely the ace. I mean, although I don't know, his record is better than BoguS. You know, not many people knew him before the season started. Well, at least I didn't know him, and so I'm just gonna say not many people. But he's been tearing it up. So I don't know. I mean, I think BoguS probably still considered the ace of the team, but Last definitely helping him out here.
Yeah, and we haven't really seen that much out of Calm, who it used to be like
Dude,
Calm
Calm's,
and
like,
Cal were the
terrible
two
now.
aces of the team, but like yeah. Calm's been lacking, and they also have Hero and Hiva, who are both very talented Zergs that we've seen great stuff for at one point or another in the past, but we haven't been seeing very much results from them either. So BoguS really stepping up when the rest of his team isn't doing that well. Like on paper, STX Seoul should be really good because they don't just have 3 players that are good; they have 5 players or more.
Wait! Did you just say on paper STX look good? Like, what world are you living in, man?
I'm saying that. They're kind of lacking in terms of an ace, but they have so many players that should be able to win a game.
But
I mean,
don't?
they've got BoguS, Modesty, Calm, Last, Shuttle.
Wait, but Calm and
Hiva,
Shuttle are
Hero.
terrible now, and like Modesty can only play ZVZ. Like what? Dude, no.
But they have 5 different
As much
players
as I love
that all have a
Mustaju,
chance.
STX even on paper is not really scary.
I'm not saying. Well, I mean, like KT Rolster, it's like okay, you have Flash and Stats, but it kind of trickles off after your top 2. Or that wasn't the right word at all. Like, who do you have? You've got Mind.
Yeah, but you have like 2 guaranteed wins, and you just need a random guy to win a game, and it's fine.
But they're like Flash
But
the guaranteed
STX,
win.
you don't even have like I mean, aside from Last, who's like, we can ignore him because he's like crazy, but aside from him, they don't have a guaranteed win. Even though BoguS is their ace, he's like only a little bit above 50% win rate, right? What is he, like 5-3, like 6-4 or something? He's like not that, that level of I can go 8-0 or something.
my point was we're not talking about having an ace player. When you have 5 people that all have a
No,
pretty
if you
decent
have
chance of
five
winning.
people who are like 50% win rate, that's not a scary team.
Yeah, but
Like
if
at
you have
all.
5 people that all have a 50% win rate, you should be winning 50% of your games, right?
No,
And
no,
if you
you
have 5
shouldn't.
people that are,
No, you
yeah,
shouldn't. Because if you all right, you put 5 people with 50% against KT. KT's gonna take 2 guaranteed wins, and then all they need is
whoa,
to
did you
get.
just say stats was a guaranteed win?
He basically is now. He's like number 2 on power rank.
I mean,
And basically,
those
so
things
all you
fluctuate a
need
lot.
is one of the 3 players that you send out has to win a 50-50 coin flip, and then you win the game. It's like easy peasy.
So you want to talk about the game at all going on right now? We're getting an initial cross map scout from stats, so I guess he has something in mind, like a build that only works if your opponent's at close map positions, and it looks like he's not going to go for a very quick nexus at all. I don't know. Maybe he's going to like do a 10-15 gate and completely bust down the 15 command center by BoguS. I don't know though. We should definitely just try to
The
think
scout
about it.
is too early for a 10-15 gate. If you 10-15 gate, you actually shouldn't scout that early.
Oh
You
yeah,
actually
you have
need
to
the
send it
minerals.
on like
Yeah.
13th or something.
But unfortunately for stats, he's gonna scout BoguS like dead last. He just went cross map and then top right, and then he's gonna have to go cross map again to scout. Sorry, not did I say last? I meant BoguS. Or wait, no, I said he's gonna scout him last. Oh, these confusing names. Urgh. Anyways, man, we should start talking about stats as stats in Pro League. Yeah. Oh, by the way, fun fact. Apparently before this game, BoguS is 4-4 overall. He's exactly 50% in Pro League. Thank you, Kit, once again. Anyways, we do have just a 1-Rax FE from Mr. BoguS that is going to go unscouted by stats. So already a little bit of a disadvantage for stats, I'd say. It's going to be difficult for him to punish this now.
Although we do have a really interesting pattern that's revealed on the mini-map right now. Usually it doesn't look anything like this, but because of the zigzag nature of stat scouting, we can just appreciate some like Rorschach blot pattern things. Anyways, the command center's up, the bunker's up, and with the Dragoon range that's going to be finished, stats can at least do a little bit of pressure and make BoguS repair for as long as possible. And he has like a lot more time that BoguS is going to have to repair because the Dragoons are going to be out earlier than if he had gone for a quicker Nexus. So maybe that helps him a little bit, but I still think that stats is going to get his expansion up now and just be like a little bit economically behind.
By the way, BoguS just did a very, very good thing. He just scouted all of the likely proxy locations that stats might have been, for example, proxying a robotics for proxy reavers. He just checked the 6:30 position. He checked the 9 o'clock. So very, very nice, safe play by BoguS. I was wondering for a second. I was like, why does he have random SCVs on the map? But no, he's actually just being very, very careful.
BoguS's SCV actually got in. That's really poor by stats. That like he should have had the Dragoon on the ramp in time blocking it. Yeah, that's just really poor that it got in, and if he knew he was going to get in and see the Nexus and everything going on in the main, he wouldn't have even needed to scout for proxies because everything's accounted for. But there's the robotics facility going up in the main, and I'm just expecting standard observer play. Wow. That was actually pretty bad that he's like stepped the Dragoon into the bunker for a little while. That shouldn't happen.
Well, Dragoons are Dragoons. You know what they say. But I'm wondering, though, I mean, okay, looks like he's actually going out for a very quick third, probably at the 3 o'clock. But I was going to say, going 1-gate Goon Expand versus a 1-Rax FE, you are a little bit behind. So I thought, maybe he might try Reavers to come back, or no, it looks like in this case he's just going to take a quick third. He could still go Reavers, though. That is quite common to, use your Reaver harass to keep the Terran pin back and make the quick double expansion safe. Otherwise, it is a little bit of a risky build. So let's see if he does that. Meanwhile, just putting on some pressure with these range goons. But BoguS, of course, is going to repair that just fine. And I'm waiting. Are we going to see a support bay? No, just an observatory, as you said. So, no Reavers.
So let me ask you something. Have you played this map at all on iCup? And if you have versus Terran, what percentage of the time do you get tank dropped on the high ground behind your natural? Is it like all the time?
I actually don't think I've played this map. Has it been map of the week yet? Because I've played Jade a bunch of times. I've played Outlier a couple of times. I don't think I've actually played this map. But yeah, oh, that's an interesting point though. I'd say that's another good reason for going for Reavers is you have the shuttle on hand to defend your natural cliff.
And you can even bring a Dragoon onto the cliff and try to be a little bit annoying if the tanks are out of position.
Indeed you could. Indeed you could. Anyways, looks like third base gonna go up here with some probes, some Dragoonies defending it. Looks like he's doing some nice little pylon walls at his natural, and he's gonna start one off there at the third. And yeah, it looks like he's actually just gonna be very defensive for now. A few vultures moving out for BoguS. Still only 2 factories. Leads me to believe he's probably gonna go for a quick third. Doesn't seem like he's getting ready to punish this fast third, although he is just now seeing it, I believe. I think that's the first he's gotten wind of this fast third nexus. And he's not going to be able to do too much with these vultures. Looks like Observer just checking the factory count now.
The observer's pointing out that the second gas has actually not been taken for BoguS yet. But let's consider something. He grabbed that quick third, which is really nice. We assume that he's going to make a full pylon wall to protect it. But as this is a map that is lends itself to drops already, could that be a mistake? Like if you wall your reinforcing Dragoons actually out of the base, it's not an issue yet because he hasn't actually built the pylon wall, but it could be.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. And there is the third command center, as expected. Ooh, I can't believe I didn't talk about this yet. Oh man. Oh, okay. Every time I see this map, I'm like, in horizontal positions, TVP is so good for Terran, but we never actually see those spawns. But finally, well, I think we saw them once. We saw them in like Jangbi versus Light. But anyway, we are going to see a long TVP in horizontal positions on ground zero, and I think this is really difficult for Protoss, because if you look at this, he's going to float that command center to the 630 position, and he's going to start pushing in that direction, and that it just so happens that his opponent is in the same direction. So basically, he can push straight towards stats right now, and just take like 2 free expansions while he does that, which is really, really annoying for the Protoss. So yeah, I don't like these positions in PvT.
Yeah, it's definitely problematic. Like, Terrans want to expand in the direction that they're pushing so they can keep their entire forces consolidated. And not only is he going to be able to pick up his own natural third, but he's going to be able to pick up Stats' natural third, too. That seems like a pretty strong possibility. And the push distances are so close that it's, like, not very long. Like, a slow push with tons of turrets isn't really that much of a problem. It's not that many turrets that you have to commit to it, and it's going to be really hard for Stats to get a decent surround, like a decent flank on the army too, because he can like push kind of right up against the wall that's created by the bottom of the map and the 2/3. And Vulture's actually running by, and that Hero Zealot stopping 2 of them, but 1 does get in and laying some mines is pretty nice. The Zealot looks like he's going to tank through those, but a couple of probes are still going to go down nonetheless until the next round of Dragoons pop out of that gateway, which looks like it just happened. And I don't know if the Vulture actually delved deep enough into the base to see the Arbiter tech that is in fact going up, but I guess Scan probably already revealed that. And there is a pylon block, so if BoguS does go for drops, Stats has no real way of reinforcing his third, so just 4 vultures in a dropship could really do a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure BoguS at this point assumes that there's Arbiter tech going up, as long as there's nothing crazy like carriers. But this actually baffles me. Stats is expanding towards his opponent. I mean, look, the Observer's showing, look at how close those 2 expansions are.
Can you siege over that wall?
I'm pretty sure you can't. That would be pretty imbalanced if you could do that. But even still, that seems like a really less than ideal expansion to take. Actually, now that I think about it, you probably can. If you can squeeze a siege tank under that refinery. I think that might actually be what the Observer's trying to show us or something. I don't know.
He's got that eBay in position too, so Stats is going to be on 4 bases, but he's not going to get that gas on that bottom
I don't
base.
understand why he would take that base and not like the top right natural. I mean, sure, the top right natural is a little bit more open. He has to worry about vultures a little bit more, but really expanding towards the Terran when he's already like pretty close. I mean, okay, so now we're gonna see BoguS push, right? How is Stats gonna stop this? His Arbiter's not out yet. I don't even see where are all his zealots and stuff. Like, does he have anything? Is he just going to roll over and die? What's going on here? Okay, looks like he's got a shuttle, presumably with 4 Zealots. And see, here's the push. Look at that. Terran, he just like, walks over 2 feet and he's sieging down your 4th base. Like, why would you take that base? I don't understand. Anyway, it looks like Stats is actually moving around here, going to try and hit it from the north side. But, it's not the best angle, although not that many spider mines in position. And not the biggest army, actually. For BoguS. So Stats, can he get some good mine drags actually? Looks like this might be close, but no, all the Zealots do go down, so the Dragoons will have to retreat. And BoguS holds.
A big mine killing 3 Dragoons there, but it looks like the plan of Stats was to cut off BoguS's reinforcing routes while he gets more Zealots and more Dragoons out to go for a 2-pronged attack on the units that he kind of trapped right above his own 4th. But it looks like because of that mine and the tanks rallying out, just being able to kill the Dragoons quickly enough, that plan is not going to actually work. And that was a really nice idea by Stats there. Like, theoretically, that was really cute, but it's just not going to work out, and BoguS is looking really, really hard to stop in this game.
Yeah, nice snipe on that probe at the top right by BoguS. And I also want to note that earlier in that engagement, BoguS manually targeted his siege tanks on like the middle of the clump of Dragoons. He didn't just like let them shoot, whatever. Doing some nice target firing there, maximizing the splash damage. Anyways, Stats is gonna kind of poke in there a little bit. He's got his Arbiter out now. It looks like there is a vessel as well, and BoguS actually is going to retreat with his tanks. Excuse me. He's already killed the 4th, and oh my god, he's just going to completely surround and crush this group of units. Only a handful of Dragoons escaping there with their Arbiter buddy. Scan from BoguS. Just to see exactly how many he's killed. The supply count's pretty close right now. BoguS actually slightly in the lead, 119 against 115, and that is a terrible position for Protoss to be behind in supply against the Terran. He's also on even bases. Looks like just now getting his 4th base up again at the top right.
So an idea that I have for Stats, it's going to be really hard to kill this push, and he's got Arbiters, but we haven't actually seen any spells come out of them yet, unless I've missed them. So we can, I guess we can kind of assume that he doesn't have Stasis, that he's upgraded Recall, or else we would have seen the Stasises already, unless I'm calling that completely wrong. It looks like that 4th is actually going to be completely denied. The pylon wall was 1 pylon short, and the Vultures just streamed in, and that actually might have been killed instead of canceled. And it looks like the Arbiters... it is Stasis.
Oh
and
my god, he's running in a line.
The second one gets EMP'd, but this is just a killing zone for the Protoss units. There's still plenty of Vultures out in front. Some Zealots getting into the base, but the bulk of the army just melted while trying to kill Vultures and getting killed by siege tanks. That was really bad. And it looks like 1-1 just finished for BoguS, and he's going to clean up that Zealot pressure and just be... He's in a really, really good position. It's 3 bases versus 3 once again, and Stats is looking pretty scrappy right now.
I think what was happening before is he was just saving his Stasis for like one big engagement. He wanted to just convincingly crush the Terran army and make it come back that way, but it just didn't happen. I mean, that was a terrible angle too. He just ran all his units into a line, into siege tanks, and I mean, Stats is completely dead at this point. It would take a miracle to come back. I don't think BoguS is going to allow him any room to come back here. Just being very aggressive with the Vulture Harass, holding off the attacks nicely. And it looks like we now have a counterattack. Once again, going to go for that 530 base. I don't know why Stats insists on taking that. I mean, he already is, at an army disadvantage. There's no way for him to hold that. I don't know why he even bother. That's just a waste of 400 minerals right there. He's not going to mine from it at all. And it looks like we might have the final engagement here. No Arbiters in sight. Nope, looks like one Arbiter comes from the back. Doesn't get the stasis off. It does. Did he just stasis the Kakaru? Oh my god, poor Kakaru. He's still flapping his wings inside an ice block. Man, that must be heavy. He's just like trying to lift that ice block. He's flapping his wings. It doesn't even make sense because it's like he's enclosed in ice. There's like no circulation in the thing. It doesn't even matter that he's flapping his wings. But that Kakaru is actually probably more sad than Stats right now. I tell you, man. That poor Kakaru.
I mean, StarCraft is a game that glorifies war. It's very exciting, very intense, very strategic and tactical. It's beautiful to watch. But that Stasis Kakaru, man, it just reminds you of all the tragedies that happen in World War II, and it's just an innocent bystander that just happened to be a casualty. And Was it necessary? No. Stats could have surrendered and spared its life, but instead he had to stasis it, and that like the stasis changes its
Oh,
Manor Command
no.
Center. The stasis changes the scent of the Kakaru, so it's never going to be able to go back to its mother. That's just like a tragic life lost in a needless, pointless war. Because really, BoguS has like completely won this game and expects Stats to GG any second.
Dude.
Probably losing his natural is going to be what triggers it, but he's got no chance left in this game.
Man, Stats is probably like a wife beater. He just takes his anger out on innocent people that have like nothing to do with why he's angry. Oh man, what a terrible, terrible person. Anyway, good thing he's gonna lose this game. And that's actually gonna be his second loss of the season here. He was boasting a pretty sick record. He was like 7-1 or something. But BoguS is gonna cut that short. Looks like is he just gonna finish that command center? He might just like float it into the main. Oh, he's building another one. Look at that. That like strategical defensive SimCity command center there. He actually looks a little bit flustered for some reason. He's like not smiling. Just total serious face.
Center. It's like, you know how you build the supply depot so the Dragoons accidentally target that? Or
Yeah,
if you
dude.
move on the tanks, then you've A-moved, or you've A-clicked them so they glitch out. I think that was the purpose of the command center. Also, it's a very clear message to tell Stats to get out of this game. The supplies look like he's getting doubled up. And
GG!
out. And the series is prolonged. STX still has a fighting chance as we go into set 4.
Indeed, Flash and Stats have now been played, and STX has survived to tell the tale. Who is going to come out next? It's going to be down to KT's mediocre remaining players. And there is BoguS. Man, BoguS, no victory celebration? I mean, he should have at least done a backflip for that one. I don't know. Anyways.
Did you run the commercial yet, or are we still talking? Oh, we're still talking. All right.
I just ran it,
this
so,
next
yeah.